Oh yeah. I don't know. I saw something that I thought was just kind of weird. Um, some of you know, I really don't know what our listener base is like. To be honest, God knows none of my friends listen to those fucking assholes. No, no.
Yes,
Okay.
they do.
Yeah, I know. Some of
They're
them,
so
some of us.
mean.
If they do, they never comment.
Oh my god. So
Turds.
mean.
Anyways,
You had one of your friends do a review with you, Val.
oh, he's not my friend. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
Val kicks your ass one of these days.
he can try.
Oh my god.
Okay. There's got to be a number of people in our audience who are gamers, and if you're a gamer, then hopefully you know of a webcomic called Penny Arcade. Been around for a few years. It's probably the most popular webcomic that's based on gaming. Well, apparently Universal Pictures just optioned one of their comics. Now they usually have an ongoing comic with their two online personas getting into different antics, but occasionally they'll do a one-off that just sort of just kind of imagines a situation. Like sometimes there'll be a situation that has to do that is more fantasy based, like for instance, they have a reoccurring strip, or they have a reoccurring comic where it's a film noir type story where the guy's partner is a robot, and but robots are seen as like second class citizens in this world. I don't know. It's weird. Recently, Universal just optioned one of these strips from them, and it's I think it's a fairly recent one. It's something called The New Kid, and essentially it's all the strip in its entirety is about a father trying to comfort his son who's upset that they have to move again because he's going to have to try to fit in at yet another school with yet more new kids. He complains about how he didn't even speak the language at the place in the last place they were at, and as it turns out, the way they're actually planet hopping. They're on a spaceship, moving to a new world because presumably his father, his job stations him at different places at different times. Kind of a cool idea. I don't really understand why Universal felt they had to option this, though.
They figured that
Because
with things that are popular online. I mean, it's the same reason why CBS optioned for Shit My Dad Says.
yeah,
They're trying to capture another audience,
but that's the thing.
Segment.
That's the thing, though, is that this is sort of a neat idea, but that's all it is. It's just a very tiny grain
Sure. I mean,
of
this
an
is
idea.
not anytime soon. I mean, they just optioned it. It might not get made.
No, it probably won't. But I'm just saying it's fucking weird because usually when you option something that is that is at least a partially formed story or unique concept. The idea of someone having to go to another planet and settle down and fit in there. I don't know. It's not that weird of an idea. It's not that I don't know.
No, but I think if it does get made, I think it'll be neat. I think it's gonna get made? Not anytime soon. I think they have some kinks to work out, and it's very popular online. And I think they were just like, oh, what about this? Just one of those.
No,
things.
this is very specific though because they if they were going to say, oh, what about this, and just option something that was really popular, they would have optioned the main comic series from Penny Arcade, the one with Gabe and Tycho. At least then it would make sense to me because they would have a vast well of comedy to pull from. They'd have a good idea of who these characters were already. They would have had a built-in fan base for the finished product. And, you know, this doesn't necessarily have to... I know that this isn't necessarily a movie. Universal could be turning this into a television series. But I'd rather watch a Penny Arcade television series. Those fucking webcomics are hilarious.
Well, this is obviously not for you. I mean, like, I think in terms of film, there is a struggle trying to find
it's
stuff
not
for kids.
Okay, well, you know what? It's not for me. It's not for me. Then fucking stay away from the things I like.
No, it's this one seems like it's geared more towards kids. I'm not saying that the comic book, the comic strip is, but if Universal's picking this up for a film,
yeah,
I think they're looking more for kids films.
Maybe, but it's a weird place to be looking for kids films because again, this is a rarity that they do a one-off like this. And the rest of the site, if they were trolling Penny Arcade for stuff to turn into kids films, there's like really raunchy, fucking questionable shit going on in that in those comics every now and then, with the language and the fucking violence, and there's a semi-reoccurring character in the strip called the Fruit Fucker. It's a little sentient, kind of evil fruit juicer that juices oranges by fucking them.
That's attractive.
Yeah, not kid stuff. However, hey, Universal, get your heads out of your fucking asses. If you're going to troll Penny Arcade for material, if you want to option
anything that
I don't
they
care.
think will make money.
I don't care. I'm just saying, look, if you want to know what's going to make you money, this will make you money. Option a Penny Arcade. Make those guys rich. Get them to write and do all of the basic art for a Penny Arcade cartoon. Put it on G4 so we can actually get some video game related programming on fucking G4 for a change, instead of all this fucking
Campus PD
wrestling, Campus PD, cops, fucking look. Hey, I like watching the Japanese do weird shit as much as anyone, but honestly, Ninja Warrior gets a little stale after you've seen it 800 times in the past 3 days.
And I won't...
Fucking shit, guys.
I won't name names, but as a female who considers herself a geek, could we actually get some girls on there? I think there's one girl that does the comics on there.
Oh yeah, the girl who does the
she's good.
She knows her shit. She's an actual comic book geek.
Yeah, but the rest of them, can we actually hire girls that actually knows about gadgets and pop culture?
Yeah. There are hot girls out there that know a thing or two about gadgets or video games or geeky shit about films. The thing is, when you hire hot chicks that don't know dick about geekery, they don't give a shit about the job. They're not going to fucking do the research. They're not going to have anything insightful or interesting to say. Exactly.
That's why you hire.
And we all have, everyone who's watching G4, we have computers. We have computers. We can pull up hot chicks on our computers, and they don't have clothes on.
That's why.
And they keep their mouths shut about shit they don't know anything about.
For your main on TV persona, persona person, you hire for a chick. I'm not saying mediocre, but they're okay. It's like the news. The hot one does the weather. And then, like, you have the main one that's actually the fucking journalist. Not saying that people that do the weather don't know shit, because they do. But usually, it's not a coincidence that the fucking hot one does the weather. That's all I'm saying. So have the hot one say, oh, it's like the Price is Right chicks. They're just there to be pretty.
Minus the Bob Barker molestation.
Yeah, well, he's not there anymore, so there you go.
Is he still alive, though?
Yeah, he is.
Jesus Christ.
I know, God. But yeah, I mean, I watch G4 and I just shake my head half the time.
All I know is that both G4 and the Sci-Fi Channel, shame on them. Shame on them. They've
Yeah.
gone so far away from
What they're supposed to be.
yeah.
What their names says they're supposed to be.
Yeah, and actually you brought this up a little earlier today. The weird thing is BBC America has more sci-fi on it than the Sci-Fi Channel.
Sci-fi than the fucking Sci-Fi Channel.
Right.
I can't take it.
Right now, the main things that they tend to loop on BBC America,
Loop. It's fucking 24 hours.
they always seem to have Star Trek: The Next Generation. Oh God, what
Doctor
else?
Who on the
Doctor
weekends.
Who, and they also played during the week too.
Yeah.
So, Star Trek: The Next Generation, Doctor Who, The X-Files. They just apparently they just acquired the rights to start running Battlestar Galactica, the more recent version of that series. Tomorrow they're going to be doing like a mini movie marathon with like the original Clash of the Titans. I think Aliens
3.
Aliens 3 is going to be in that. I mean, you know, it's like they're just showing movies that appeal to the people who should be watching sci-fi. I mean, if I turn on sci-fi, I don't want to watch a couple of big, sweaty, roided out fuckers wrestling in their tidy whities. Because that's all wrestling is.
That's what
That
Spike
is-
TV is
that's all.
for.
That's all wrestling is anymore.
Yeah.
Because they no longer have the really cool, colorful personalities of the old
And
days.
frankly, that's what Spike TV is for.